If you watched the news at noon, you heard a very different story from police about the shooting of a 15-year-old boy. Prince William County officers say he was holding a crowbar and he was a threat. But this afternoon, his parents asked us, how could he be? They say he was small enough to be knocked right over. Here's Mike Valerio.
Well, we have two storylines emerging here in Haymarket. The first one, police telling us that this 15-year-old living in the home behind me, he was a threat. He was holding a crowbar and didn't respond to not one, but 5 commands to drop that weapon. But we have the other storyline reemerging this afternoon.
Why did you shoot my son? And you know what that guy told my wife? Because he asked me to.
I just finished interviewing the father of this 15-year-old, and he told us that his son was not a threat. In fact, take a look at the photos. This is his son, a straight-A student that he said in a nearby high school, Battlefield High School, to be exact. Some of these photos are from a vacation they just took to Mexico only a few weeks ago. And he said, hey, listen, my son is about 5 feet tall. He was no threat to police. Sure, he had some mental health issues going on. He feels as though his life has been destroyed. And frankly, he doesn't believe the police accounts that were told to us earlier this morning.
He's got a jacket on. He tells the police that he's got explosives strapped to his body, firing or trying to use some kind of force under those circumstances other than lethal force wouldn't be called for.
Coming up on the news at 6, we're going to talk about body cameras, not on any of these officers, all 4 of them responding to the scene right here on Friday morning. The father of this 15-year-old said that is simply not acceptable. For now, that's the latest here in Haymarket. Mike Valerio, WUSA 9.
Now, you just heard from Oscar. That's the father. He says his son's funeral is tomorrow. He says he also plans to hire a lawyer and examine a possible civil case against the police department.